What is happening? How's everybody doing today? Special Saturday show. How's that? I mean, back in the day, probably 2 years ago. Yeah, it was about 2 years ago, 2021 in March. So a month from now, 2 years ago. It's not quite 2 years. It was me and Will Mass. We started this little thing called Rock Metal Radio. And we did a show on Toxic Radio. Noticed the t-shirt today. Kind of reminiscent and shit today, man. It's like really cool because today I've got Will Mass here. So we're going to do at our time slot was 2:30 to 4:30 on Saturdays, every other Saturday. So we figured why not do 2:30 to 4:30 or 2:30 to whenever today and do it on a Saturday afternoon like we used to do, just kind of have a little thing, and kind of got to thinking, man, this could lead to maybe more Saturday things, maybe once a month, once every couple months, who knows? Me and Will are going to work that out, but I threw it by him and he's like, he likes to talk. And he likes to get on here and he likes to promote bands. He likes to get the word out there about what he's excited about. So, Toxic Radio is he's no longer there. And, no, Toxic Radio is still there, but he's no longer with Toxic. He's got a full plate and doing his own thing. So I had him on here because I do my own show. So why not have him on here? Let him talk about the pre-gathering that's going on May 5th. Right before the M3 Festival, right there in Columbia, Maryland. Let him talk about that. He's got his record thing going on. He's got the record label. He's got a documentary he's doing. So we're going to spend the first 30 minutes and let Will just talk. I mean, we all know. I can see him there. Is he laughing? Yeah, he's laughing. If he's not, But we'll let him just talk about what he's got going on because he's got a lot going on. So, without further hesitation, let me welcome Mr. Will freaking Mass. Oh, shit. He's got a lot going on. I need these things. So, without further hesitation, let me welcome Mr. Will freaking Mass.
I'm having... I got you on the phone. I can hear you on the phone. I can't hear you on my computer.
Oh.
I'm trying to figure out, and you're in delay on there, so I'm like,
yeah, I'm
having technical difficulties. Oh,
technical difficulties.
Windows.
Hey,
hold on.
We all work this stuff out, man. We do our thing. I'm having technical difficulties. You're a little delayed. You're a little delayed with this. This is how it goes, man.
All right, Steve, come on over here.
He's got to get a technical guru.
I don't know why. Understand.
Look, he's going to blame this on me.
I'm going to blame it on him. I'm going to blame this all on him.
Yeah.
He's got to get a technical guru. I'm trying to figure out why we're not getting sound there.
Do you have speakers on this computer?
Yeah. Bear with us.
Hey. It's live, so this is what happens, and anybody that knows us knows what happens when we get around electronics. I got to get on here and see who's commenting too. So we're setting up now. I'm still setting up because I forgot something too.
Mike will get it.
All right, do that.
We're gonna try to unplug the microphone and see what happens with the regular mic on the laptop.
Okay. Oops. Nope. Wow. I'm having hell a day too, huh? I think Jim Hamby said, try muting the computer. Yeah. Jim Hamby's the tech guy, really bad. What's everybody doing out there? If you are on Facebook, watching through Facebook, your name pops up on Facebook when you're commenting as your name. But here on my computer where I see stuff, you are a Facebook user. So if you could log out, then when you click back on to log in, not log out of Facebook, just click on the StreamYard link or whatever. Then it'll ask you, there'll be a little box you got to check that says allow StreamYard to use my name or something like that. I can't hear you. Let Facebook use, let StreamYard use my name, and then you'll pop up over here like it says Jim Hanby, but over here it says Facebook user. So just do that. Hey, I think
Huh?
I can hear you.
Hey,
Hey, and there's no delay.
It
I'm
took
not
a
getting the
singer to
echo.
figure that out. A singer.
A singer. What?
you did more than carry the microphone today.
That's right.
No way. No way. I don't buy that a bit. No, there's no way. Okay. I'm
I
still
do other
trying to
party
get into
tricks
my
as
group.
well.
You do, huh? And then Chris Knapp. Look at that. We got Chris Knapp. Her name's on here. Hi, Chris.
Somebody checked in the way they were supposed to. Look
Bella.
at that. We're good now, Bella. Thank you.
We are. Yes. Yep. They're good. They figured it out. Tech guys are. You know,
The singer
sometimes
figured it out.
sometimes musicians get it right. You know,
Even,
we're
even blind
lots
squirrels, right?
lots smarter than their build. Okay, believe me.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with the way I'm built.
No,
There's
I
nothing wrong
mean,
with that.
everybody says musicians, but you know what? Half the time, I have no problem with musicians getting in here. It's guys like Will Mass. You know,
I think
they
this
have
guy
the
was a plumber in
problems.
his previous life.
Right? And then there's here. If you go back and come out, go back in, it won't say Facebook user if you say allow StreamYard to use my identity. I can see over
He does it
here.
every single show. He has to do this because the way
I have to
StreamYard
do
works
it.
it, and people just don't. That comes up Facebook user. Like
Yeah.
people don't get it.
But they don't know because when they comment, it says their name.
on
That's
what they're seeing because they're on Facebook.
they're on Facebook.
Right.
Yep. Oh well, whatever. It's cool. So how's you guys doing today? How's everything going?
Well, good. I feel like this
Now-
is a great start.
It's been a great start. It's been a great start. Dude, believe me. People will get in here early and they'll be like, oh my God. And it takes a little while to get things going. Sometimes, you know, the computers are
We're
just a little
we're knocking the rust off right now.
right. Hey, he's, you know, in his defense, he had somebody that did everything for him. I mean,
Here we go.
I had to figure everything out all on my own because this is all I've ever done. But he's always had his hand held, and you know, he had it. Yeah. Oh wait, he had another guy named Mike.
Yeah, hold up.
Hold
up. We're not going to say handheld. We will say took care of me, but let's get it right. Let's get it right. We paid for that service.
Paid. All right. So they didn't hold our hands. We paid them to hold our hands.
Exactly.
Wow. We weren't very smart back then, were we?
Probably not.
Yeah. But
I think we were smart in the sense of going with Toxic. I think that was great, man.
Yes.
You know what I mean? They just allowed us to do whatever, and they put it out there on the platforms and did all the stuff with, you know what I mean? We didn't have to do none of that stuff.
No, we didn't have to do anything.
Don't move anymore.
Have that repeat. Okay. So now that we have Will in here, and now that he's all comfy and all his computers and everything else are working correctly, tell me what the hell you got going on. First and foremost, you got the record label going.
Yep.
Tell me a little bit about that.
So created the record label about a year and a half ago. Actually, just before I got sick, I said, let's create a record label. And then it was like, well, shit.
Oops.
Now what do I do? Um, so we created the label, and as you know, and a lot of the people that watch and know, it's like we wanted to create a label that was different, not a regular record label. Again, I keep saying we're the only record label that doesn't have any signed artists.
Hey,
I
yet,
didn't know how to do my signature. So
yet.
But I mean, the label itself has been progressing in a sense of I'm finding more and more artists to work with that want to work with all of us, and that like-minded sensibility that we talk about all the time. When you want to work with somebody in this industry, especially. Um, so that cavalcade of talent, I guess, is a way to put it. Is I've been kind of growing that as much as possible, and trying to find new bands that want to be part of the family and doing what we're doing, and it's going well. So I mean, the label as a whole came out slow. I think we're starting to gain a little bit of momentum now. I will have an artist coming up shortly that I will be announcing will be the first signed artist to the label. So that's kind of
Very
cool.
cool. Very
Yeah,
cool.
it's very cool. It's kind of rewarding. You know what I mean? It's like I'm gonna start a label, and everybody goes, "You're gonna do what?" And I'm like,
did I say that?
"No, not you, but I'm saying in
Did
general."
I
And it's
say
like,
that? I
You
didn't
got to
say
follow your
that.
passions, man, and everything you
You
do.
got right. You got it, and nothing you want is ever easy.
No, you got to work.
If
You
you got to
got to be willing to work harder than the next guy to get it.
right, because somebody's always willing to work harder than you.
Yeah.
So you've constantly got to be changing and adapting and working and working and working. The moment you stop and you go, I'm there. Well, now you're just about to get lapped by the guy that isn't there yet and wants more.
Yeah.
right, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. So yeah, the
And
label's going
well,
good, man.
you do work. Oh my God, you're working for it. Let me tell you.
I'm
Even when
trying.
you were sick, it was you couldn't keep you down. You still wanted to do things, and you were so it was like, damn,
It kept me going, man.
Passion
right?
never fades.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. Passion never fades. He's right about that,
No,
and it doesn't. I
nope,
mean, I was down, but I wasn't out. You know what I mean? I
right?
wasn't. I wasn't out of there yet, and
No,
and it helped just from not that I was that socially present during that, but all the brainstorming that happened, during that time of okay, now what do I do when I come out of this? What direction do I go in? And I've described it before where everybody that knows me knows there's a certain amount of tenacity that goes with me and what I do and passion. And I started out, where I was just cruising along and, going at a decent rate of speed. And after I got sick, I came out and I got in the truck. I turned the key. I was mashed my foot to the bottom of the pedal. And if you get hit on the way by, sorry, dude, you should have looked twice before you crossed the road. I mean, and I'm out,
right,
not in a dick way, but it's like that's the momentum. You know what I mean? It sounded
right.
dickish, wasn't it? I'm sorry. Maybe I don't know any other way to be sometimes, and maybe it sounds
Sometimes you
wrong.
just got to be blunt.
I,
I say a lot of things that
Got that
people
raw
go,
passion.
"Wow, you're so mean." It's like, no, I'm blunt.
Steve hit it. He said I got a lot of passion.
That's what it is.
That's what it is. I mean, you got to have it, and you by far have passion. I mean, Jesus Christ, total. You're always wanting to do something more. And it's like, wow, trying to keep up with that guy over there. It's like, I don't know.
Dude, you're doing just fine on your own. Don't sell yourself short.
Oh, I'm
You got
good.
a lot of things going on down there in your neck of the woods. You're throwing shows on. You've got 2, 3 different radio shows and stuff that you're doing. So don't you ain't got you and I are both in that same
And
vein.
the
It's like you
same
don't know
day,
when to stop.
right? And then once you get this task accomplished, say, okay, I'm doing this now. Okay, what can I do to keep myself busy? Okay, this is keeping me busy, but
Right.
I'm not busy enough anymore. Because it's all the
Right.
work's done, and now it's just the maintaining. Now I got to find something to. Okay, what do I got to do to keep my focus again? Okay, what do I got to do to make me happy? What do I want to play with now?
Wait
You're
till
the same way.
Wait till somebody comes up to you, not that you're not wearing enough hats. Wait till somebody comes up with you with a hat of an idea you never thought of and says, "Here, take this hat too." And you go, "Well, shit."
I can do that. You're always like, I could do that.
Yeah,
Hey, let's do it. Then you dive into it. And you're like, why did I do this?
there's a lot of
What did I
that
get?
too.
There's a
There's a
lot that
lot of
goes
that.
on. There's the beginning, like when you're first creating the label and this and that. You you're like, oh, this is going to be great. And then you get into it. It's like, oh my God, this is a lot of work. You want to give up, but you don't.
You can't.
Can't.
You can't. I mean, if the passion that we all talk about, if you're that passionate about something, the passion's not going to allow you to quit. You know what I mean?
No.
It's a sucky. Anytime you go out into any venture that maybe aren't that familiar with yet or anything like that, there's a bit of scary to it, obviously, but you have to go into it with the mentality of, I'm kicking the door open, and then when I get in there, I'm going to slam it behind me real quick and then assess the situation. You know what I mean? But you continue to kick doors as you go through, and
Right.
you go until you can't go anymore.
Right.
But that's kind of,
And I don't think you
Our
know
timeline on this earth is a journey. Make sure it's your journey.
there you go.
your dream. I like that. Okay, is that a song lyric here?
It might be.
I should write it down.
You should write that down because that's a pretty good lyric right there.
Thank you. I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
that is, that is perfection. I mean, the time we spend here is a dream. Make it your dream.
That's right.
I
Thank you.
like
I'll be here all day.
Exactly.
I'll see if I can spread any more wisdom.
There you go. Hey, man. We're not going to give you credit because we don't give lead singers' egos anything. You can't.
No, that's
they're
good.
Already
it's a good thing also that I don't have an ego.
No, you are
I'm
one of
just
the
here to
most.
spread love, my man.
You're one of the more down to earth people that I've watched. I mean, there's no ego, nothing. I mean, and we joke
Thank
about
you.
that
I
singers
appreciate
have
that.
egos, but most of them don't. I mean, it's some of them do, like the David Lee Ross, they got their egos. Some are well deserved egos, and they can have them because they
Oh, yeah.
are, but
It comes with a certain amount of responsibility too, and I just don't want that. So
no, you kind of want to lay low. You just want to create. That's it.
that's right. That's what we're here to do, create.
Create, make people feel good, hit nerves, and you do it.
Hopefully in a good way.
Right. Not get on my nerves.
Yeah, exactly. This next one I like to call "Get on Your Nerves."
There we go. There's a song. We've got a song coming.
It
We
is
got
two songs now.
Yeah,
I
damn.
gotta
All
get
right.
to work. All right, I'll see you guys.
That's it. Nice talking. Now, Will, you also got a documentary you're working on. Tell
Yeah,
us about
man.
that before we dive into everything else.
Right.
Tell us about the documentary you got going on.
It's all about the build up. It's all about the build up.
All about the build up.
So yeah, also kind of when I was getting past over the sickness and all that stuff, I started thinking to myself, you watch a lot, anybody that musician or just involved in music, you watch a lot of documentaries, you know what I mean? And it's always about, finding the tidbits that you didn't know about an artist and you're like blown away by something or whatever. But most interviews, most documentaries are either band focused, on one particular band or, a specific, genre of music. And they all do one little thing. They have little tidbits of fan interaction, like just little bits all through the thing. And I was like, why not make a documentary of our local regional scene and enhance it by saying, okay, we're going to have the band interviews and we're going to have footage and stuff like that, but let's concentrate on the fans, and in particular what the fans do to invest their own time and energy into to help a band that's coming along. I mean, Mike, essentially that's what you and I do. You know what I mean?
Right.
We've decided that, we want to help, help promote somebody else's dream. You know what I mean? In a sense,
Right.
We're doing what we love to do, but part of that is also, taking a band that you love and throwing it out to the world because you have these kind of platforms, you know what I mean?
Right.
And just saying, check this out, those kind of fans, the fans that work the merch booths, you know what I mean, for a band just because they love them, you know what I mean?
Right.
All those types of
with
people.
no payment.
Right. They get it free. They get to see free shows and selling merch, and they're loving seeing their favorite band every night. You know what I mean? Those kind of people, and we all know tons of those people because in our family, we're all kind of those people. You know what I mean? It's like we don't just go to the show and buy the merch. message a band, a lot of us it's coming in town. Hey, you guys got a place to stay? No, cool. Come stay with us. You know what I mean?
Right.
Those kind of things. We wanted to kind of really concentrate on that. So that was the basis of it. And then I involved Ken Shepard in it from Phoenix Customs.
Yep.
He is your t-shirt guy. He's the guy that makes
T-shirt
up all
guy.
the band shirts and all that good stuff. But Kenny's also a videographer. And I went to Kenny because I was like, look, we're both kind of new at this, him and I, and it's like, do you want to team up and do this? And Ken didn't hesitate. He was like, absolutely. He's like, let's do this. And I mean, we immediately, as soon as Ken and I talked about it, it was a month later, we were in here shooting our first trailer for it. You know what I mean? And
it was quick.
Yeah.
The trailer is just, I mean, it's the real deal feel.
Yeah.
It
that's
really
what we were
is.
going for, man.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that.
I've noticed that where I've been watching these things come out, the little things, and I'm like, wow, this is, you know, it's not shot on cell phone, and you know, it is perfection, and it looks
is, and it's
absolutely
and that's all
professionally done.
And that's all Kenny, man. Kenny,
Right.
I mean, I'm just like with, you know, doing the radio show, we're just a voice and a face on there or whatever, literally. This is no different with the documentary. I'm essentially taking the radio show and doing these interview processes, you know what I mean? And then Kenny is shooting it all, editing it all. I mean, he's the one that's really, really, really pulling a lot of the load on this. And just for him to want to do it meant the world to me. You know what I mean? It's just like, okay, he didn't hesitate. He's like, yep.
Ken's a good dude, man.
He is.
So
he does
ever since he was in a band called Voices in the Attic. And we used to play with them back in the day, and they were a really, really good band. Really good band. Hell of a drummer. Most people probably don't know that about Kenny.
Yep.
Well, I did not know that.
This area does.
And
he never told me.
He just keyed up.
I'm
He's
like,
a drummer.
He's down to earth too, man.
I like drummers. I hang out with drummers. You know, we're the basis of the band. Don't lead singers think this and this and this. It's us. You can
That's why we show up late.
Okay.
We don't want to get in your guys' way. You know.
That's we appreciate that.
Totally. See, we are very underappreciated in that aspect of this business.
We appreciate you.
And I'm going to fight for it. I'm going to put a group of people together, and we're gonna right these wrongs.
Right these wrongs. Stay out while the drummer's doing his thing. I like it.
Right.
You're never going to get through to the guitarists though, because they just have to be in there.
No, good luck. Good luck.
You know, you just tell them to be okay. If the band practice starts at 3, or 3, tell them to be there at 3:30. That way you get all the good.
Yeah, but then you won't start till 5.
This is true. Oh my God, there's got to be a way. There's got to be a way.
Slippery slope, my friend.
It is. It's just all about guitar. Anyway.
So yeah.
But anyway, so
that's basically what the documentary is about, and you know, together Ken and I created from Beautifully Broken Records and Phoenix. He's gonna kill me for not. I've got him under a new name now because I don't even care about Phoenix Customs anymore. And I'm kidding, Kenny. But we took Beautifully Broken and Phoenix Customs and came up with a production company of Broken Phoenix Productions.
Broken Phoenix.
Yeah, that's what we're.
Nice.
That's the documentary is under Broken Phoenix Productions.
Very nice. Broken Penis Productions.
That's the Florida connection again, coming back.
Right?
Right.
Inside joke.
It's cool. It's your show. Just handle it the way you want, man. I mean,
I don't even know why I'm on right now.
I don't know why I'm here. Just start talking. I'll be right back.
But anyway, that's the extent of the documentary and what Ken and I are doing with that. And it's we're setting up locations for interviews, for fan interviews. Some will be here at the studio. We have some on location stuff. One stop coming up in Nashville area. Stop up in Jersey. So it's like a kind of cattle call thing, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Get some musicians from the different areas that we all work in and around with those people, and not have to make them come to a central location, you know. Yeah. Hey, come to Maryland for a half-hour interview. See ya. You know what I mean?
Bye-bye.
We'll take it to them. So I mean, we're going to be on location in a couple different places for that.
Right.
Which
and that'll be great. That'll be freaking great.
Yeah, it should be fun.
One of the locations will be May 5th.
Yeah.
Hey,
See
what we
that?
got going on May 5th? What the hell is
segue.
going on?
So what's going on? Let's see what's going on.
What's going
So
on?
that weekend, of course, is M3 weekend.
I don't know
And
what is M3 anyway. M3. All I know is there's a pre-party and a pre-gathering. M3.
yeah, exactly.
There's something
It's all
bigger than that.
we're all about the family and the hang. So really, M3 is just the soundtrack of the weekend that doesn't start till Saturday. So in the meantime, Dave Dillman and Detoxin, who always does the M pre-party every year, has every year. There's been an M3. I think he's done it every year.
I think so.
So everybody knows that that's the pre-show of all pre-shows. That's where the family gathers. That's where everybody hangs out. Everybody from out of state that comes into town for the festival, that's the meeting ground. That's always the way it's been. So decided we wanted to throw our hat in the whole M3 arena this year, and talked it over with Dave and Detoxin. Didn't want to step on anybody's toes, and came into doing a show, the pre-gathering, which is before the M3. And we used to do a picnic every year at the state park on the afternoon of the pre-party, for people that were coming out of state, people just a meet and greet and a hang. So basically, we've turned this into a show.
Beautiful.
And it's gonna be pretty cool. We got 3 bands. We got 86 Bullets, who is M3 alum 2016. They opened up the festival.
I was there.
That was a good year. That was an eye-opening year for sure. Mm-hmm. And then we have Mr. Gray coming up from Nashville, who, if anybody's familiar with the Bendy Q or even has just watched me online or on social media, kind of knows who Mr. Gray is. They've come up twice now to do the Bendy Q from Nashville. Killer band. Everybody will totally dig that. And then we have Kruiser from the Baltimore and the Maryland area. Some young guys that are
they are very young.
They're young dudes. They're all in their early 20s.
We just got to play with them.
Yeah, and it's they're freaking just really good. They're in that kind of 67. I'm like looking at them as like this 60s, 70s hard rock jam band.
Yes,
that would be like the best way I could kind of describe it. But really good, great stage presence. They look great. They play great. They're going to do it. They're going to be on the show. It's 3-band bill, and it's I'm looking forward to it big time. Fishhead Cantina, 20 minutes away at the most from the M3 grounds and all the festivities that are going on. It's a quick hop, skip, and a jump. Noon to 4, 2 hours in between the time of mine ends and Dave starts. Plenty of opportunity for people to get where they need to be, and still pregame heavily.
Right.
We're starting at lunchtime, so if those are in town early and you want to start a liquid lunch, come on down. And we're doing in accordance with this show. It's basically to promote the fact that we also will be there filming for the documentary, looking for fan interviews, looking for people that really support the scene and want to see things grow, and want their input out there in the world. You know what I mean? We're going to be interviewing people there at the show. There's also a deal set up between us and Detoxin, where anybody that goes to both shows, not just buys tickets, though we do appreciate that. The No Pants pre-party. Brad Huber. I love that guy.
I love it. I think this is great. I'm showing up.
Brad wanted to know if we could tailgate in the parking lot of Fishhead. I was like, I don't know if they'll have us back after that.
Hey, it'd be all right. We'll find a new venue.
That's funny. The No Pants pre-party. Holy shit.
No Pants pre-party.
Leave it to Brad.
I'm gonna start calling it that.
That's fine. That's fine. We'll put a little parentheses under the parentheses. The No Pants.
Side note. Yeah.
Yep. So it's an all-in-one deal. But anyway, what else? So Detox and ourselves have gotten together. For anybody that goes to both shows, there's going to be a special drawing, memorabilia stuff for somebody who went to both shows, and it'll be after the first band. The drawing will be after the first band at the M3, which is Rat Rod's the opening band. So make sure you guys go see that too. But it's just, Dave was willing to, he's like, let's team up. Let's, do a giveaway, and, it'll help promote your show and, to help promote my show. And I can't thank Dave enough for that. I mean, that's just,
Dave is a fantastic guy.
he is, man. That was super,
Gentleman is
super cool of
awesome.
him. It was super cool of him. So, yeah. So the show is a good pre-show before the pre, and some documentary shooting going on. So, anybody that, feels like they want to be interviewed, dress your best.
Get pretty.
Get pretty. Do what you got to do.
Tease your hair. Get all freaking.
It's M3 weekend.
It's M3 weekend. It's like, just get into it. And I love M3. Just hard to get there anymore. But it's such a great time. And, the weekend seems to, even though they lost one day where it's now a 2-day event again, but you and Dillman have just, it's almost like a 3-day event still. I mean, you get introduced to not the big bands. You get introduced to new bands, maybe new to you bands or bands that you've heard and, you haven't got to see. Okay. You got all day for that, because Dave brings in some good bands, that aren't at M3. And so then you go to M3 and then boom. I mean, there's, it's perfect the way it's done because you get almost a built-in audience to showcase some new, really good bands.
Right. Absolutely.
Yep.
That's the plan.
That's the plan.
We need more people to actually make it happen.
Right. More people.
I mean, people with money aren't really necessarily looking to give their money away all the time to, do this sort of thing. And even if those contacts, so it's the people that have that passion, they have to find other like-minded people to share it with. I mean, there's people who make things happen and there's people that enjoy those things that people make happen. So,
And, it starts, I do shows now. It could start with 10 people and then grow to 100 people, but you got to get somewhere. Don't expect to make money at it ever because you're a musician, you know this.
That's not why money is not why we do any of this.
Money is not the reason. My wife at first, she's like, she was under the mentality of, you got to make money at it. And one day Scott Jack came down here for my very first show, and he's like, he was my stage manager, and he's like, so what are you looking to get out of this? Are you looking to make money or lose money? I said, well, my money's on, I'm going to lose a lot of money. And I said,
is there anything in the middle?
Right. There's nothing, there is some shaded area, which is.
Can I break even? Is that okay?
Or it's kind of okay right there.
A little gas money?
I'll take it. Even if I only lose like 1,000, we're good. You gotta. I have a job.
Can I get a bottle of water?
Yeah.
Thanks, Bob. Appreciate it.
I got everything, man. But you gotta start somewhere. You can't expect to make money, or you're going to be unhappy. You just got to be like, I want to bring these bands to my town. I want to do this. I want to turn people on. If you turn 10 people or 100 people on, you just got to be happy. If someone comes up to me and says, oh my God, that was a great band. It made the whole day worth it. It made everything worth it. I don't care about, I'm not watching the door to see how many tickets. I'm not going, you can't do that. You gotta be in it for the love. You gotta be in it for the passion. That's the only way you're ever going to be happy.
Right. Because the rest of it will come later. If it, as long as you're building on a solid foundation,
the rest will come eventually.
There's other people out there vibrating the same frequency as you are, and they just collect. So, and we love them.
Believe me, that is the absolute truth, because people will find you. People will contact you. Me and Bill, we do things together, and there's other people that have been in contact where you're like going, okay, this started here, but it came here. And you don't realize
it has a life of its own eventually.
Right. You don't realize it's happening because you're really close to it. But then when you take a step back, you go, holy crap. Yeah. You look, I'm glad I started here. Will's glad, even all the work you had to do, you're still glad you made that start and did all the work, because now you're where you're at. Yep. So I got people sitting in here. I see them. So I'm going to bring them on. We're going to bring Kruiser in, and we're going to bring Mr. Gray. Now it's a party.
What's up, dudes?
What's
up,
going
everybody?
on?
How's everybody going?
Oh, look at that
You
nigga
guys
Mike.
never show off.
Nigga Mike.
I don't feel as special right now because I got mics. And
We coming through okay?
We got Mike's and also a guy named Mike.
hey,
Mike.
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 Oh, I'm the only Mike here. Get out.
No.
Well, that's Mike E.
Hey, I was invited.
Okay. All right. E's after B, so we're good.
No, I think he meant Mikey, like Mikey.
Well, Mikey.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
that's it.
I'm-
That's the one. That's the
They
one.
call,
No,
they
that's
call
not what I
me
meant.
Big Mike.
not
That's
what
your
I
new
meant at
name,
all.
man. That's just what you go by now. Mike -E. That's it.
Mike.
Hyphen
Mike.
E. Hyphen E. I like it. A hyphen.
I
You
like
gotta
that
have a
one better.
hyphen.
Hyphen.
You know you're good if you got a hyphen. So you, man,
I like that. That's good
I
call.
like that.
Yeah.
I gotta give me a hyphen. Well, we need hyphens now.
I don't need no hyphens.
We're not cool enough. We don't got hyphens.
I don't want to be that cool. I
think we
really
gotta-
don't want to be that cool.
A hyphen and then like Mike dash B and then parentheses
No,
something else.
listen, I'm already the third. I don't need any other stuff going on in that name anywhere.
You can have it, but you actually have to spell it all out when you write it down.
Oh man.
All right,
Uh,
Mr. Gray, introduce yourselves and tell us a little bit about the band.
Oh Lord, who wants to go first?
You go first.
Why me? Why am I? You're the
Because
I
it's
think you should.
first.
it's left
No,
to right.
Bull.
Left to right. Go.
Okay, he's first.
Lead singer. Come on. I'm Shania. Lead guitar. I've
Yes,
tried
you
to
are.
sing sometimes.
Hi, I'm Kenny.
Kenny!
A little bit.
I'm Eric, singer, play bass, songwriting, all that good stuff.
Nice.
Do you want to know about the band? You said.
Tell us a little bit about your style.
Good question.
Good question.
Kind of. I think, in all honesty, when we started, our style was whatever we wanted it to be. So it's kind of just whatever we want to play at the moment.
Right.
It's a little bit over the board. It's
If we-
classic rock, Sabbathy, maybe some Godsmack feel. I don't know. It's just grooving.
Yeah.
Grooving metal.
Grooving.
Hard to play.
Grooving metal. I
There
like
it
it.
is.
We always
Grooving
need some grooving metal.
Let me put it in perspective for you because I'm gonna let you in on a little tidbit.
Yeah, I was gonna say Will might have a better shot at
So-
this.
So no. I think your description was just fine. But here's because I have a vested interest. I know the band well enough.
Sorry to hear that.
Just
Oh.
come on, man. You know my love for 3-piece bands. Okay,
Yes.
so I'm
Oh,
naturally
yes.
going to be gravitated to this band over here. But Mr. Gray is got this. If you took the mid to late 90s metal sound and you infused that with probably some late 70s, early 80s classic rock, you would kind of get the idea and the feel for what Mr. Gray is. A little on the harder side of that, like go on the metal side of that. But the tidbit is just to give you an idea of what kind of guy, as far as the vocal goes, that you're gonna hear and the styling in Mr. Gray. That man sitting right there won't say it, but I'll say it because I know it. He can pull off some Jeff Tate.
What?
Yeah, you can.
Oh.
But I never have though. Not in
Wow.
public.
I just tell people.
Wait, what? He has.
I can sing like Jeff Tate. Just ask me. I'll tell you. I mean, don't ask me to prove it. But I'll tell you right now, I'm Jeff Tate.
You have no reason to prove it.
No.
You can do
I'm
it.
a
Come on now.
legend in your mind if I don't try.
Yeah, don't just give it away. You gotta get paid for that.
You gotta get paid for that.
Yes. Or at least break even doing.
Yeah.
Break even.
Yeah.
We decided break it even is the new rich.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's right.
No, they're a kick-ass metal band, basically, when it comes down
Yes.
to it. They're a hard rock and metal band. They're not this over-the-top craziness of current modern-day metal by any means or shape of the word. They don't come from that background. They don't sound like that, but they are very current. You could
Yes.
definitely hear them being played on the radio. It's not like it's
Yes.
some obscure thing or anything like that. And they're good people, all three of them, except for that drummer. He's a little questionable.
I mean,
Guy.
I've met him, and that dude is a hugger. I mean,
He
he's
is
a
that.
hugger, and he's in your face, and he's
He is that.
He will not get away from dude. At Bendy
How many
Q,
stickers did he hand you? How many?
Dude,
Look!
kept
You guys know
forgetting he was handing me stickers. It's like, dude, I've got more. I had so many.
You got 5,000.
I'm like, hey, I feel like I'm with the band now, so I'm going to give you a sticker, and here you have a sticker. He's handed them to me. I was this merch bitch or something that day. I don't know.
For sure.
Dude, these guys, and Will's got it right. These guys are fantastic. They're so cool to hang out with. I mean, Shana, it is glad to have you back in the band.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
I'm going to tell you.
Yeah.
It is fantastic. When I read that you were back, I was like, thank God. Somebody needs to keep these dudes in check, and you're perfect at it. Fantastic. I saw you guys at Bendy Q, and anybody that has not seen Mr. Gray yet must see Mr. Gray. Fantastic three-piece.
Thank you.
Three-piece that sounds like a five-piece. I mean, they bring it.
Yes.
I had the pleasure of seeing them twice
appreciate
live,
that.
and it was great. I mean, they're a great band.
Great band. Now,
Thank you, Steve.
Kruiser,
Absolutely.
introduce
Hello.
yourselves and let us tell us a little bit about you guys.
I'm Liam, or Lee, as some people call me. And
Nice.
yeah, lead vocals, guitar, a little bit of keyboards, and yeah, that's what I do.
I'm Chuck. Some refer to me as Ambassador Chuck. I play the drums, and
And then
that's basically it.
you're a good guy right there.
Chuck, a good guy.
Awesome.
I don't know. You haven't met him quite yet, so.
That's all right. He's a drummer. He's a good guy.
But I'm Mikey. I play guitar.
Mikey.
Too. That's
Yeah,
right,
Mikey.
Mikey.
Like
Spider-Man.
Mike.
I play guitar and sing and say stupid stuff.
Say stupid stuff. Hey, that's a job.
My name is Aiden. I play bass, and I also say a lot of stupid stuff.
Yes.
Hey.
Nice. Nice. So,
Keep the
style
mic.
of music. What's your style?
We've been told that we are like Greta Van Fleet with much more mental problems.
Wow, I like it.
But no.
I'll call us just a real good dirty rock band.
Yeah.
I like
when
dirty.
When you come see us, you know you're gonna hear some dirt rock.
Dirt
It's gonna
rock.
make you groove a little too.
Nice.
These guys have been playing since 2015.
2016.
Sorry, Shirley, I'll let you take it away.
Oh, yeah. So we've been around. Mikey and we started this band. I was 14, he was 15, and it was 2016, our freshman year of high school. We started this band, and we've had a few lineup changes. The most recent being Aiden on bass, and he's killing it. And a couple years before he joined, we had Chuck over here join on drums. So this is somewhat of a newer lineup, but yeah, I really like how we're sounding now. And yeah, like he said, just some dirty rock. We get funky with it. We get a little bit of a metal influence here and there. Some
Nice.
little bit of a R&B stuff, blues. We like to we try and keep it as varied as we can, but I think no matter what, we kind of still wind up sounding like Kruiser. So
There you go. You
You
know
guys
what?
killed
You
it at
get
the
in-
record theater when we played.
What was that?
You guys killed it at the record theater when we played.
oh,
together.
thank you, man. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, great job.
You guys sounded great.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Now, we also have Steve in the house, who is from 86 Bullets. We've been talking about him being a lead singer, but he is the lead singer of 86 Bullets, and he is a fantastic singer. So, Steve, tell us a little bit about you.
Man, I've been singing longer than I haven't. As a matter of
Nice.
fact, I've got children older than Kruiser put together.
Hang in there, guys. We're gonna pick on you a little bit, but it won't be too bad. I promise.
We're used to it.
Like we
You
talked
You
about
gotta
earlier,
get
passion's
picked on.
always
It's-
been there,
We actually all got bullied in high school really bad, so it's
Yeah.
nothing really new to us.
We're very sensitive, but it's okay. We're used to it.
Very
Well,
sensitive.
you better get thick skin in this business, brother.
You might want to get out of this chat right now
Yeah,
because it's going to take a turn south real fucking quick.
We actually got bullied because Mikey's skin is literally, you can't see it through the stream, but his skin is quite literally thick, and that is part of the reason why he got bullied.
Exactly. That's why I'm layered up.
He's very self-conscious.
I'd like to hear that story.
Yes, we got time. Let's go.
Maybe
Come on.
You don't even want to know what Aiden got bullied
Yeah,
for.
for real.
You get what?
Oh, I think we all have an idea.
He's over there going,
I'm
shut the fuck up.
joking. I'm joking. I have no
Hey,
idea.
quit.
I have no
Find
idea.
a new bass player. I'm out of here. Wow.
That was the first stupid thing I said. Sorry about that.
Dude,
We'll make
it's
up
going to
for
be
it,
a
don't
whole
worry.
show
We'll
of
make you look
stupid shit. I mean,
Yeah, we are stupid as shit.
dude, we lost everybody. There's
Show's gonna go.
absolutely nobody watching anymore. We had
All right,
like
let's-
500 people and they left.
Let's rein it in
Wow.
here.
Right.
Where were you at?
Me?
No.
Oh, me?
Yeah,
Screw
you.
Mike.
Where was I at? What do you mean?
Where were you at in the questioning?
Oh,
I don't remember.
Steve
I
from
got
86
lost.
Bullets.
Oh, Steve, tell us about 86 Bullets.
I'd love to. So I'm Steve from 86 Bullets. We've been together for since 2015. And look, he dips out right away as soon as.
Is everybody else Mike?
Oh, there he is.
Hi, Mike.
All right.
Look at him.
You dipped out for
I
a second.
dipped out. I'm on my screen. What are you talking about? You keep interrupting. Will, be quiet. Duct tape his mouth. Go ahead, Steve. You're fine.
Anyway, so yeah, we've been together since 2015. We like to think of ourselves as the voice for the voiceless. There's the whole backstory behind our name. There was a
Tell us.
I mean, it's on Wikipedia if you want to look it up, but I'll give you the short version of it. There was a traveling circus that had an elephant, and her name was Tyke, and she was abused by her trainers. They were substance abusers, heavy drinkers, that sort of thing, and would beat her into submission basically until she did whatever it is that they wanted for the circus. And it's a horrible way to live, as a circus animal. And I mean, animals, they got just as much conscience as you do, So it's like, I don't care what anybody thinks, even down to fish. I mean, we all have conscious levels. It's just a matter of how much,
Right.
And so at one point she had enough, and she sort of stomped on her trainer, killed him, and then ran out into the streets of Honolulu. And police basically shot her in front of children, women, everybody, 86 times. So, there's no reason for that sort of behavior. I mean, an elephant just didn't want to be a part of it and had no choice.
Got sick of getting his ass kicked. Her ass kicked.
And I think we all kind of feel that in today's societal pressures. It's, if you don't go to work, you can't pay your bills, and blah blah blah. But sometimes there's people out there that hold it all inside, and I guess I'm sort of one of those people, but I like to put it through song,
Right.
And that's where our passion has, our path has taken us from to where we are now.
When I heard about where your name came from years ago when I saw you at M3, I think Will told me where your all's names come from, or somebody did, and I'm like, wow, that is absolutely really cool. Because I think I asked, I was like, what is the 86 bullets in the elephant trunk? What does that mean? And somebody told me, and I was like, that is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, it's a tragic situation, but what we're trying to do is I mean, there's silver lining and everything. So, it's just really your perspective on life, on what, your tolerances are, your behaviors are, your emotions. Really, the only thing that we can handle are our emotions on how we react to something. Right. And so we try to choose to be positive in our message, and, for like-minded people. So.
And it comes through that way. I've listened to your music. I know your music, and it is a very positive. It's not. There's no hate. There's no nothing. That's the kind of music I dig. I don't like the Godsmacks where they hate, or Pantera where it's hate. You know, I like
Hey, easy on Pantera.
I know, whatever. But it's like I'm all about having fun. You know, it's a release. I don't want to hate, and I
Right.
kind of
Again, it's all about
gravitate.
how you choose to live your life, and I
Right.
choose to do it in a positive manner, and I mean, everything from getting up to in the morning to the first person that you meet, your demeanor is picked up right away, your vibrations and everything, and then they pick up when you're being negative, and all of a sudden you're getting it back like a mirror, and then that affects that person to the next person they meet, and we just have a reverberation larger than what anybody really understands.
Right.
Not that they don't understand, but I think more than what we think of in today's society.
Oh yeah.
So why not spread positivity and love? So
that's how I
you.
I love you. It's hug day. All right. Hey, what are you doing sitting down? The drummer over here, Mr. Gray. Come on, buddy. Kenny, get up. Go hug. This is what you do, man. Hug everybody.
Hey, come
This is what you do. That was like your cue. Kenny's like holding it in, going, I just fucking hug somebody, goddammit.
What?
I feel bad. I feel bad for the guys at Kruiser, man, because it's like I've just recently started getting to know, them.
They're like
and
already like
they're
these
seeing
guys.
all this freaking melee. They're just like, what in the shit are we getting involved in here?
give me a pound, dog. Come on. All right, next time.
Aiden left him hanging. He was talking to you, Aiden.
Oh, sorry.
Dude, don't you remember? Aiden already quit the band.
Oh, that's right.
I already quit the band after my.
Hey,
castle
someone
caught
actually
up.
remembered his name, so that's a start.
Oh shit!
Good job.
Right.
Hey, Ambassador.
Kidding.
I mean, how can you forget that one?
Ambassador. Now, 86. Steve.
Yeah.
Biggest show you guys played?
M3.
M3. How was that?
It was
how was it?
great time,
being
man.
on-
Great
lot of
show. The sound. I would say, looking back on it, because we are actually the very first band to play on the new rotating stage, so they had
Yep.
new electric, new everything. So we were kind of like their guinea pig run. I don't know if you remember the power going out twice when we played.
Yes, I do.
But and there was a lot of reverberation on the stage. So I would say, as far as like from a stage point of view, that perspective, that was probably one of the worst gigs I've ever played. But just the sheer adrenaline and the size of the show and everything, I would say that would be a highlight of the shows that I've done.
Cool.
They blew the power twice. They were so damn
That's
powerful.
what I'm talking about.
Twice. They blew the circuit.
M3
Nobody else the
could
whole
not
weekend.
handle you.
The whole
Exactly.
weekend, no other band blew that system out. They blew it out twice.
I think we talked about that many times that weekend. We're like, 86 Bullets blew the power out twice. M3 was not prepared for them.
I remember seeing that rotating stage though when I was at M3, and that's pretty sick that you guys were the first ones to use that.
Yeah.
I wasn't there that year, but I think what year were we there? Like 2019?
2019,
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a blast, man. And after the power blew the first time, you're like, well, we're not sure you're going to be able to go back on. I was like, the fuck we ain't. This is even if you don't let us, I'm going back on it.
That's right.
Exactly.
This is my deal here.
You ain't stopping.
They ain't taking this away.
That's like
I
with
mean,
us
it's
when
very
they
wet.
say, okay,
Yeah,
you
you only
guys
get one shot at
have
it.
one
Well,
more song
I mean,
left,
we
and
only
then,
get one shot at it.
What was that, Liam?
And then I was going to say that's similar to us. They always are telling us, okay, guys, one more song. So then we bust out like the 10-minute one for the last song. That's
Yeah, it
our
was only
signature
one
strategy.
song. I mean,
Exactly.
you got to be more specific, right?
Yeah.
One song. Okay, we're gonna do "Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner."
Yeah.
It's like, there you go. This
We're going to
song-
do Mountain Jam by the Allman Brothers, the 45-minute
Oh,
song.
Jesus, man,
Keep in there for that one.
dude. The other band.
Hey,
goes,
whatever happened to
What the hell is going on here?
Nobody wants to play that one. Huh?
Kenny's got a good argument.
I do. Nobody ever wants to play that.
What?
Inagata-Devita.
Oh my God,
That's
dude.
true. Doesn't that have a drum solo in the middle of it too?
Absolutely.
It does.
Kick ass drum solo.
It's the whole half of the, or it's the whole album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One half of the album.
Did a whole
B
set with
side
that
or whatever.
song.
Yep.
So,
All right, Mr. Go ahead. Who
No,
wanted
man,
to
it's
say
your
something?
show. It's
Oh, wow.
your show.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. All right. Will, do you have anything you want to add?
You're such a dick. So a couple things, okay, just to tie all this in here. 86 is the band that got me involved in what we do.
Yes.
You know, right after M3, seeing them perform, their CD, their first EP had come out. There was a track in particular that I just really resonated with me, and I ended up sending these guys a message. And long story short, they ended up spending 3.5 hours on my front porch trying to convince me why I should come and be involved in their project and manage the band. And me, for that same amount of time, going, I can't. I don't know what you want from me. I don't know what I'm doing. You don't want me. And you know,
Sometimes
it comes
that's
back
the
to
best
passion.
person.
Well, it comes back to passion. At the end of this conversation, and this was what sealed the deal for me, they were like, "We just want your passion."
Yeah, there's no expectations. We just wanted a brother, you know.
There
And
you
we
go.
couldn't tell at first if he was just a really, you know, like a stalker or. But
That's probably how Mikey feels, because I basically stalked the shit out of him.
If you should necessarily say
he's
that.
starting to be pretty solid.
What was that, Mikey?
I don't know if that's a good thing to say to the public.
Hey,
Anybody
okay,
that knows
they
him
know
already
me.
knows.
And they know me. It's okay. Don't worry.
Okay,
Hey,
good.
he's passed
Talk
on
by it.
I'm
It's a
gonna
good thing. You're fine.
Right.
But so, you know, 86 is the beginnings of me being back involved in the local scene. And Mr. Gray is an extension of me wanting to reach out beyond our region. You know what I mean? And you know, we had some mutual friends that introduced us.
Big
They came
Tom.
up to play Tom. Tom was a guy that we kept inviting to Bendy Q every year. And he didn't come up. And then one year he calls me and he says, "Hey, I'm coming up to Bendy Q." And I'm like, "Sweet, that's awesome. Don't get to see you at M3 every once in a while." And he goes, "Would it be okay if I brought a band with me?" And I'm like, "What?"
No,
And I
we
mean,
don't do that around here.
I was like, well, I'm already kind of set on my lineup, but you know, what are you talking about? Well, he had told me before about Mr. Gray, and he goes, "Well, you know, Mr. Gray might be interested." And I was like, "Really? Absolutely. If they're going to come all the way up here to play at a big old backyard bash, they can absolutely come up and play." And that was the beginning of the relationship that I started to have with Mr. Gray, which was what, 3 years ago now, I guess, guys. About
Yeah.
so
So,
you know,
yeah.
Mr. Gray is
Yeah,
a
it was
representation
2020
of
2021.
yeah.
Right?
No,
Yeah.
29. Yeah, 2020 was the first year because we did
2020.
COVID year.
Yep.
Yeah,
That was the first year.
That COVID bullshit happened.
Yep.
Yeah, and we rolled right on through that like nothing happened.
Yeah.
That was the year I came up. The first year Mr. Gray was there.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That was. So Mr. Gray's is the extension now of me trying to reach out and find bands in other regions. Now, I'm going to touch on Kruiser a little bit. All right.
Nice.
Kruiser's a band that LJ, the bass player from Rat Rod, probably 8 months ago, and those guys can probably confirm the date more or less when they played with Rat Rod up
we
in
cannot.
Philly. Was that?
No idea. Oh, wait, with Rat Rod
Yeah.
in Philly? That was like,
I think it was.
that was 2021, I think. At the fire. Yeah.
Yeah, at
end
the
of
fire.
summer.
That was it.
Yep.
So LJ calls me that night and he goes, "Hey," he's like, "I got some young kids for you to check out. They're pretty badass. I think you're going to like them." So he told me the name of the band and actually gave me Mikey's phone number, just gave it to him. He's like, "Yeah, I was talking to Kid Mikey here. Take his phone number."
Nice.
So see, my stalking is fed. It's fed by other people.
I don't remember
Right.
even giving him my phone number, so that is very impressive.
Wow.
So
Everybody's
last
a
year or
stalker
so,
nowadays.
the last year or so, I've reached out to Mike a couple times. I think I reached out to Liam maybe once as well on Facebook. Just, you know, explaining, "Hey, I liked your band and everything else." So 4 weeks ago, they happened to be on the same bill that 86 is playing on at the Wrecker. So I get to see them live for the first time. And after being told about them and then actually seeing that live performance, and I'd listened to the 4 tracks that they had currently out that I was kind of going through before I really got to see them. I was like, this is really cool, man. This is really good music. I like it a lot. This is another one of those bands whatever music they have out there right now, it's great. Listen to it, stream it, do whatever to get all the numbers up. But live is where their niche is. These guys are badass live. They're tight. If I had to describe the genre of what they do, and a little of this comes from Mikey because I've talked to him a little bit and he's spot on. They're like a late 60s through 70s hard rock jam band. That would be like the best way I could probably describe it. Like not a jam band in the sense of like the Dead, but there's some of that element kind of going on in the band. They're very distinctive in their own sound, just like Mr. Gray is very distinct in their sound, and just like 86 is just distinctive in their sound.
Oh, very.
The theory is here.
All three on this bill have a distinct sound, something for everybody. Maybe not everybody, but there is something at this show for everybody.
There is. And the guys in Kruiser, you know, they're young, and a lot of people will look at these young bands and go, okay, they're young, whatever. You know, there's just some people that just don't really give it the time of day. Let me tell you something. They're young, but they are strong, and they are fearless, dude.
Damn right.
Those guys, these guys are already doing their own tour.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Plug that.
They're in their early 20s. They said, the hell with it. We want a tour. So what are we going to do? We're going to organize our damn tour.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so now, where are you guys going?
Everywhere.
We got
Charleston, South
we're
Carolina?
not finished booking everything yet, but we got basically the springtime. We're going down south, Atlanta, Nashville. Where else? We're playing at the Stone Pony in New Jersey, which is pretty cool. Oh crap, where else? Mikey, you probably know.
Yeah, I got you. I got you.
I got you.
Yeah.
We keep papers, man. We don't keep that in our heads. It's all on a paper.
Right here.
No, literally.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Okay, I got it.
I think I got it.
Good, Mikey. Spat it out, buddy.
Yeah, end of April, 27th to 29th. That's when we're doing Nashville, Chattanooga to Atlanta and coming back up. And then May 12th, we're in New York City. And then May 13th, we're in New Jersey. What town are we playing in New Jersey?
Highland Park.
Highland Park, that's in May. Oh, I forgot March. Yeah, we're playing the Stone Pony March 19th.
I already said that, bro.
Yeah, Come on. You said the date. Come on. March 19th. Stone
These
Pony.
guys, they're a perfect band already, man. Infighting.
Yeah, we don't get along.
Yeah.
We don't.
Kruiser cruising for a bruising. I'm sorry.
There you go. Oh boy.
Yeah. And I also want to elaborate on
whole new Skid Row happening right before our eyes.
Exactly. Except we'll probably wind up on Skid Row. So
there you go. Anyway. No better place to be.
Yeah. But as like Will said about our, we have definitely especially with this new lineup with Aiden on bass and Charlie on drums, even though Charlie's been in for quite a bit now, but I mean, this is like one of the more unique rhythm sections I've ever played with. Like they're grooving.
Nice.
Rhythm got to stick.
And look at that.
And like Will said, yeah, our first album, it was a lot of fun to make. We recorded that in 2 days with my uncle, who's in the band Vexus. Shout out to Vexus. And but this, like you said, our live stuff is definitely, we've grown a lot. And I also want to say that, we are working on a new album where all that stuff is going to be on it. We got a little backed up without getting into the details. We had a few roadblocks, but we're approaching somewhat of an end on it. And I think people are really going to be impressed with how much we've grown as songwriters and musicians. Because I don't know about these guys, but I'm feeling pretty good about it. Like we've kind of, trying to make it almost like an old school kind of thing where, we're kind of planning out the track list as if it's like a live show. Like the track listing tells a story. Yeah. So, we feel pretty good about it. And we're also writing new stuff too. So
absolutely.
Keep
it flowing. I mean, that's, don't shut that off. Once it comes and, a lot of people tell me they sit there and idea hits and, They jot it down on their cell phone. Okay, this, or they record themselves little snippets. I just talked to the band Gunshine the other night, and Austin, the guitar player, is like, every time something hits, I go do it, and I record it on my cell phone, so it's there. He goes, "There's
Yeah, we
licks
do
that
the same.
What's that?
We do the same thing.
You gotta.
Yeah.
You have to, and it's like, because he's like, I would have forgotten about it. He pulled something out, and you get musicians that pull a lick out from 13 years ago and be like, okay, it'll be perfect here.
Yeah.
You know, and it's the way you got to do it. You just keep creating. You're always creating. Eddie Van Halen. I don't know if you guys watch.
Yeah, I've heard of him.
Yeah.
Might have heard of the guy, maybe. Kind of.
What show was it where he was? The one guy was going to the bathroom and Eddie Van Halen's coming out, and he's like, 2.5 Men. He wrote a song and it was called Two Burritos and a something. I was like, this is perfect. He's like, you never know where inspiration's going to hit. And he's absolutely right.
Did we lose Aiden?
Has to go.
Yeah, Aiden's got to go to work right now, so he's leaving. But Aiden,
Oh,
do you have any final
I
words?
thought he really left the band. I was like, Jesus.
Okay, it's great. Just great to talk to everyone here. 86 Bullets, Mr. Gray. Can't wait to hear you guys again.
Yeah, looking forward to jamming
And
with you.
come out to the Cruiser shows. That they're all parties and they're all a great time. And if you like having a good time, you like Cruiser. And if you like Cruiser, you like having a good time.
Nice.
Synonymous.
Yes.
Have a good day at work, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll be thinking about you while you're at work.
Leave him a kiss on the way out. That's perfect. Bye.
God, what
Yeah.
All right, now that he's gone, what an asshole.
Yeah. Fucking bass players, I tell you, man. I mean, no offense down there. We still got one in the room, but you know,
That's all right.
That's the exact reason why I never leave an interview.
that's not exactly. That's gonna talk shit. Now,
But hey,
Mr.
people
Gray-
come see us live so that Aiden doesn't have to go to work anymore.
Oh,
Yeah.
if you're
you go.
expected to never have to work again, you got another thing coming, brother. You're gonna have to work twice as hard now just to afford being in a band.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
Is that the truth?
Oh, Chris is leaving.
But maybe we found the secret method that no one knows about.
Okay, you know, you're gonna have what if you found it, you're gonna have to share that.
Well, that's going to be part of my program that I release and make people pay for,
Okay.
which is going to be another way I make money.
Give me $1, I'll tell you how to make $1.
There you go.
There you go.
Give me $1, I'll make 2.
Right.
You.
Now, Mr. Gray, what do you guys got going on? I know you have one EP album out, right?
Yeah. We're working on we did our second one, but the guy did us wrong, so we're not releasing it. So we're in the process now of, I don't know, recording tracks, sending them off, and I guess we're going to start doing that with Will.
Come on up here, baby. Come on.
I was gonna say, I know a guy.
Yeah, look, we got the big board up, baby. Bring it on up. Bring it on up.
Yeah. You know, we got the 4 on Spotify. We have an extra one that we released, Lilith.
Great song.
But my thing is, they don't sound like it should be on the same.
They were recorded at 2
record.
different times, so they weren't. They just 2 different amps, 2 different times.
It's just we recorded, but they're so many, like a year apart for these 4 as opposed to these 5, and they just don't sound the same. And if I'm going to put something out that's supposed to be, a story or a completion of an album in its entirety, then I want it to sound the same.
Absolutely.
And it just don't. I don't want anybody questioning that. And people who say it's good enough, no, it ain't.
No, it ain't.
No,
it ain't.
But it will be.
Right.
So
it will be.
Allow me to switch the hat for a minute.
There we go.
So
somebody talk for 30 seconds, and Will's got to have his time now.
Hold up.
There you go.
Time for a rebuttal.
I'm gonna give you the real deal because y'all know I'm the guy that can say stuff that bands and other people can't say.
Yes,
Bottom
sir.
line is this: they wanted a certain product. That product wasn't being delivered for a lot of reasons, and it's a bunch of horse shit. And I'm tired of artists getting taken advantage of by people that think they know best, when ultimately the artist is the one that is creating, and the artist is the one that understands where this needs to go. I'm tired of producers and people that are like, nope, I got you, and it's going to sound like this, and this is, well, that's not the way we want to sound. Trust me, it's going to be great. No, shut your pie hole and let the freaking artist create what they want to create. I'm sick of this crap.
Yes, the drummer.
I'm done. I'm done.
Togetherness. I mean, if they do it together, they come up with something great. I mean, you're not don't try to override the artist. Come together. I mean, the best things happen in partnerships. I mean, you know, you work with an engineer or a producer that suits you. If he doesn't suit you, he's out the door. Bring a Tom Werman in, bring a Bobby Rock in. You know, these all of them had different.
Bob Rock would be sweet,
right? But they all brought a different flavor, so a band would know, okay, this is the flavor I want. I got to go with Werman over here because this is what I want to sound like. You bring a Bob Rock in, and he goes, no, I think you should sound like this. No, I don't. Goodbye, Bob. Hello, Tom. It's all, don't try to change the band. You can work together and this and that, but a lot of them try to change it to what they want.
Yeah.
Well, because they want to be
chemistry there for a reason.
Right.
You don't want to go diluting it with somebody else's ego.
Right. Now, there's a time where
somebody over and over again gets tiring. So you just end up submitting to it, you know?
That's I get that too.
You're like, fuck it, I'm defeated. It doesn't matter. This sounds like this version sounds like that. I can't find middle ground. Piss on it. I'm doing this one.
Right.
To be done with it, so I ain't got to have it on my mind anymore.
Right.
And that's why I say, dude, if you want to, if you guys are just, I know the situation down there. I understand how hard it is, especially for a hard rock band to gain traction down there in Nashville and that world. I mean, it's got to be damn near impossible. But you guys know your family. Well, you guys know your family. You know what I mean? You can come up here and you can record this stuff. I will put engineers here that you will respect and that will understand that you have a goal in mind. You know what I mean? If it comes down to that, guys, come on up, crash at the house for a week, get the basic tracks laid down. You know what I mean? My house is always open. You know that.
Get your butts up there.
I know.
Come on. Look at me putting people together here. Done.
Hey, for our schedule, we're booked on. We got to show up in Kentucky, Owensboro on the 18th, and then in March we're back in Nashville, and then April we're doing something with Will.
Really?
And then May 5th, obviously, Maryland.
Nice. April. Wait a minute. What's this April thing?
That's the Nashville spot.
Oh. That's right. Okay.
Maybe.
Never mind. Okay.
That's gonna be
I'm moving and shaking, baby. I'm moving and shaking. You better keep up.
Hey, I knew about it. I just forgot about it. I mean, geez, wait a minute. Did I forget?
You have any more details?
Check your phone. Is it in your phone?
You got any more details on that, Will? Can we say anything about that, or?
No, we're keeping that hush hush for right now.
Yeah. There you go.
We're keeping that hush hush.
She has come on, let me say something. Can I please say something?
I don't listen. I've learned from some mentors that I've had, whether it be Bradley with BLE, whether it's been David Snowden and watching how he manages his band and stuff. I learned a lot of lessons from a lot of people locally. I'm not saying nothing about nothing, obviously, except for the bands until something's done. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna. Yeah.
Venues
I don't want to put
taken care of.
Exactly.
Ticket link. This
exactly.
I don't like. And I'm the same way as you. Anything can happen. You can say until it's signed and in your hand. A venue can go nah, and then what do you got to do? You got to go. Okay, no, we're going to change venues, or okay, that ticket link doesn't work. It'll be up, whatever. I do not like that. Everything better be done, solid, meat checked, and then I put it out there.
That's dead on. You hear that?
No.
Go ahead.
It gets messy, and then people stop paying attention.
Yeah,
exactly.
And the last thing you want to do is have people stop paying attention to what you have to say.
Absolutely. I mean, every artist out there has a voice. That's why they do and create the art that they create. Whether it be a painting, that somebody expresses their art that way. We're in a field where everybody we know expresses themselves vocally and musically, and it's, everything else like that is not conducive to creating. It's, you know, you have to, an artist has to have a safe space that he knows he's taken care of. He or she knows that they're taken care of, that, you know, they have a trust around them, not just from their family, but from the people that they're working with. You know what I mean?
Right.
Most bands that I run into all say the same thing. It's like, dude, handle this. We don't want to do this anymore. We're tired of booking shows. We're tired of doing our social media. We're tired of this. We're tired of that. You know what I mean? Guys like myself, guys like Mike, we step into those shoes and say, okay, let's fill some of those voids that allows the musicians to then create more. Gives them more space to create.
Right. Let us take care of all the headaches. Let us, you know, if you want somebody to you know, do things for you, let us take care of it. You focus on your music, because too many times the band is more, you know, all the headaches that are out there trying to book shows, trying to do this, trying to do that. The music suffers. Then they have no time to create. So then, you know, the musician in them kind of dies slowly. And, you know, it's a slow, painful death to where they don't want to do it anymore because it's such a headache. So, but who do they give it to? Who do they say, all right, you know, help me with this, help me with that? Because there's a lot of people out there that want to just get into your pockets, and they have bad intentions.
Yep.
And then by the time, you know, you weed them people out, and you're like, fuck. But you just sit back and the good ones are already around you, and they're just dying for you to ask them.
Listen, we talk about vibe and frequency a lot, and I've learned a lot about that whole thing from Steve, like tremendously over the years. And vibe and frequency, you know, the minute you walk into a room and you meet somebody, whether you're vibing with them or not, like you just, it's an immediate connection. You know whether you are or you're not.
Amen.
And if the idea in all this is to find like-minded people that vibe the same way on the same frequency that you do, and when you get enough of those pieces together, everything grows. Everything grows individually for the band, for the person that's doing this. It's like if you're vibing on the same frequency, it doesn't matter what kind of music you do. It just has to vibe that right. I mean, you look at Bendy Q. Every year I put 5 or 6 bands on that stage, and they're all different from each other.
All different.
And it's like you wouldn't think that that's supposed to work, but when the bands all vibe the same, the flow of the show just takes on a life of its own.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And
we all play a part in it all. Everybody down to the people that love music. I mean, we can't do it unless it's all comes together, because there would be no point for us to play and write songs if there wasn't anybody there to enjoy it.
Right.
You know, I mean, we're lucky enough that people do enjoy it, and that's reward enough for me, to be honest with you.
Absolutely. You know, that's the way it is.
But that frequency thing is real. I mean, Kruiser, you guys have been around in this a little bit now. I mean, I'm imagining you guys, just based on what I know a little bit from both, you know, Liam and Mikey, they're real easygoing guys. So I imagine they deal a lot in feel of vibe and frequency when they're dealing with people.
It's a handshake, just like anything else. It's back and forth, the energies.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I would say, I mean, that's really how we play music too. So I mean,
yeah,
it's kind of how we live life.
It's exactly.
You're putting sounds and vibrations into the ether, and
yeah,
you know, if you vibe with that, you can't help but to want to be involved on any level.
Not on.
Yeah.
Everybody, go ahead.
Like, so, like as far as vibe and things, like we've been like so lucky with just like, cause like Charlie was our friend before he joined the band, and it just was like he happened to know drums. And, you know, Mikey and I, we've known each other since we were like 10 years old. And I don't know, like the vibe of this band is just, I really feel lucky because I mean, there's like, especially with the you know, Aiden too, and everyone in the band, it's just positive feedback and energy the whole time. And just like, you know, like an eagerness from everybody. Like we all want to be out there playing together. We all, you know, have the same like goals, and I think that's where we excel, and I think it shows in our stage presence, like who we are as people. And I don't know, I'm just feel very blessed to be able to do this with like not just like guys I play musicians with, but like my friends, you know.
Exactly.
That's what I was gonna say. Is that we were all pretty much friends first, and then started the band. So like,
Right.
we already had that relationship or whatever, and then again, it just translates really well.
Right.
Guard it.
Good.
Guard it like
Guard
your life
it.
depends on it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because through the years, things are going to come at you that are just designed. We live life as human beings. Everything in this world is designed to kill us.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. Everything. And the
Pretty dark there, Mike.
but it's the truth.
True though, it's like you.
It's the
one
truth.
constant.
I mean, but you
We're all
survive.
gonna die.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
you know,
eventually.
you survive for how many years? And you know, you look back and you go, oh my God, if you could survive as a band, because everything comes at you and it just tries to tear you apart. And you watch it happen to bands where things just managers try to get between this one and that one because okay, the manager wants you to do this, but this guy doesn't want to do it. So we're going to try to tear these two apart so that they do what I want. Or a record company.
No, we
Oh, I'm
never
going to
talk first.
yeah. Oh, managers.
I was just
Sorry.
making sure because you're talking about managers doing this.
I don't
looked at
do
him,
that.
I was like, I don't do that, do I? He goes, no, we talk about it first.
We're talking about. But everything's designed to tear you apart. I mean, one person wants to go in this direction musically, but if as long as you constantly are finding the common ground, you should have no problem.
Yeah, and
Communication.
and
All
yeah,
for one.
and I'll say like, it's funny you say that because when our first drummer left, and we're still friends with him to this day. Like I said, we were friends, but when he first left, we had like the whole tour booked with Soulshine with Leanne, who I know Will knows, and
Yep.
Shout out to Leanne.
Yeah, and we had that whole thing booked, and we had no drummer. And I remember talking to Liam. I was like, "Yeah, this sucks," but I was like, "I'm also kind of excited because it's fun to like figure this kind of stuff out when you get thrown through loops like that. Like,
Right.
it sucks, but it's also cool because I'm like, I know we're gonna figure it out. I know we're gonna make it work. Like, it's kind of just like a
how.
Like,
Everything works out.
I just hit up Charlie because we were like, let's ask Charlie. And I was like, oh, man, you interested? And he was basically just like, yeah. And I sent him
Yeah.
something, and that was pretty much that.
I started playing drums around 10 years old and had been playing pretty much every day after school. I'd go home and play drums for hours and, never took a lesson, developed lots of bad habits. My hands still bleed most times when I play gigs just because I hold the sticks.
Don't need lessons.
Yeah.
But I was basically just waiting for that day. I knew it would come one day. Just if I kept playing and get better and better, eventually I'd know I'd be able to, do something with all of that time I spent, and still hasn't stopped. And yeah, again, what these guys said, I feel blessed. It's so lucky that I can do what I love to do and go out there and show everyone what we can do.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need lessons. What I've learned is when you take lessons, you're absorbing somebody else's style. You're becoming a product of that person. So kind of a shadow. You'll get a little bit of your own style, but when you do your own, teach yourself, and I know, Kenny, you could attest to this.
Oh, yeah.
You are 110% your own style.
Yeah, and
Nobody
actually,
else's.
none of us have taken lessons. All four of us. have not.
Fantastic.
Nice.
And yeah,
It always
Aiden,
comes natural.
the bass player, he's actually my younger brother, and he actually started playing guitar not like a couple years after me, and he also messed around on bass, and I was like, we like keeping things in like. I'd rather be with have someone in the band who's like just cool. Like this guy can be a wizard on bass, and if he's just like not even if he just like doesn't have similar
The vibes.
if the vibes are off, I wouldn't want him in the band because we'll be in like we'll just be talking about ridiculous stuff in our van just like for like
Kind of
8
like
hours.
today.
If you can't handle that, you're not gonna want to be in this band because it gets a little goofy after a while.
It gets a little goofy.
Goofy is a good way.
It is an absolute, just think of this. I'm 52. I don't know how old Steve is, but most of these
I'm
guys
149.
149. Holy
You look
shit.
great, man.
I do a lot of meditation. I eat right. that sort of
Yeah,
thing.
you do. But most of these guys that are in bands, we haven't grown up yet. We
Yeah.
still
Yeah.
act the same way. There's no reason.
I'm just trying to spit wisdom to you whippersnappers.
Right. Do as I say, not as I do.
Yeah,
I'm not
exactly.
good at
Don't do
absorbing
anything I'm
information.
actually telling you.
Nothing. Everything you heard, throw it out the window.
Good. I was going to.
No.
So we're fine.
Oh, wow.
What do you say?
He said he was good anyway.
Don't listen to them. We appreciate the advice.
Oh, look at this. See, drummers are
That was a
smart.
very dry delivery of that too. That was
Drummers
great.
are smart. We appreciate everything you said, fuckers.
Yeah.
You gotta keep up appearances.
I gotta keep up.
So we are getting so off track of
Weird
everything here.
kids. I think they were
Dude,
weird
was there
kids.
anything else gonna happen
Good
today?
time it's gonna be. Like just from everybody's, like you said, the whole vibe and everything, Steve. This just kind of proves how fun some of these shows are gonna be.
It's
Oh,
gonna be
yeah.
a great show. Absolutely.
Absolutely. I mean, I couldn't think of it. I don't know Kruiser personally. I have not met you guys or seen
for
you
you.
live yet. That's
I
what
really
hear.
dig your guys' vibe,
The streets don't bother with these guys anyway. But one of these days I'm gonna not listen to the street. I'm gonna come see you. But he's like going. I'm gonna kill that guy.
Promise.
Next time I see that guy, I'm gonna kill his ass.
Is that
But-
about me? I didn't even okay. Yeah, that's what I was
But Mr. Gray, the way you guys all vibe right here, right now, I mean, this is going to be a perfect show.
I think
We're
so.
excited.
Fun.
It's,
Yeah.
And we're not even drinking yet.
Yeah, you're not.
You're
What
not.
the fuck? It's like
better not.
Yourselves.
Better
it's
not.
like 4 o'clock.
excited.
He wasn't gonna drink until after he's off stage. Okay?
Until the set's done.
Yes.
I can handle that. As long as I can smoke, I'm good.
You know my rule. You go do that right on away, boy.
Believe
Sir.
Wait, what kind of fucking
That kind.
me, dude.
Call me Puff the Magic Drummer.
Yeah, we don't know what that is.
Oh my god.
For you youngins that don't get the Puff the Magic Dragon reference,
No, I'm just
Believe
kidding.
me, they
Peter, Paul, and
He
Mary.
lives in a land.
There you
Ah,
go.
he knows the
Yeah,
song.
by the
He
sea.
knows the song. Yeah,
Yeah, that one.
Boom. See that?
they got it. They
We're
got
well
it.
versed.
Okay, you guys are good. You guys moved up the ladder already.
You
You
passed
know
the
your,
test.
you
Little
know your
Jackie
music.
Paper, right? Little Jackie Paper.
Yeah, that I don't know what it is. I know Peter, Paul, and Mary, but
Yeah. I don't know that one.
Okay. Well, you know what? Later date, I'll talk with you guys on the side, and I'll tell you all about that story.
Right. Right.
But no, this is I think we put together a pretty good lineup here. I think we have 3 really good bands, 3 high energy bands. You know the M3 crowd as well as I do, Mikey. They like high energy bands, and
Yeah.
this is going to be great start off for everybody's weekend. They're going to get introduced to Kruiser. Some are going to be introduced and reintroduced to Mr. Gray, and of course the 86 faithful that always shows up, man, that we love so much. This another opportunity for the M3 fans that got to see them in 2016, but because they live states away, they don't really get to see them, perform live. So it's another opportunity for the M3 crowd to come see their 2016 homies. And,
I want to thank you for putting this opportunity together for us to be able to be with those people again, in a close
Yes.
space. There's
Absolutely.
nothing like being able to play live to people that want to see good music.
Oh yeah.
So, oh, this is good. This is good music right here. Okay, I just
yeah.
making sure I'm on the same page. Okay. I got a smile. That's cool.
now you know why we don't do a radio show together anymore. Now you know exactly.
Right. This is why we don't do it. But we're gonna. Don't worry. We're gonna have more of this because I enjoy this. I totally enjoy this off the cuff. There's nothing written down. I mean,
No.
this is
Yeah.
how me and Will go at it. We just don't.
Yeah.
There's
No scripts. Scripts are
You can't-
bullshit.
Yeah.
You
Better that
get
way.
into
Life's not
script.
scripted,
Boom.
What's that?
Elon Musk said.
Is that what he said?
We're in the Matrix, man. You didn't know that?
You say we're in the Matrix.
You're right. It's not
The red pill or the blue pill?
No, the Matrix is going to happen on May 5th.
Yeah.
Ah,
That's
Going to
So if y'all want to experience the Matrix,
the Matrix.
Cinco de Mayo? I'm lost.
yes,
Pretty sure I did.
it is Cinco de Mayo.
And well, when you drink enough, everything kind of gets in slow motion anyway.
Right.
So,
there's
Yeah.
that.
I think I'm done drinking after last night. I don't feel too great right now, to be
You're
Don't
young.
get over that. You
Hey,
know,
you'll be fine.
Hey, we're
Yeah, you gotta
professionals.
be young
a
still.
little bit.
4 o'clock. I give you 5 o'clock. You'd be like over it.
I was gonna say, give it a couple hours.
Yeah,
Saw that.
the difference is you youngins can have a hangover for 12 hours. But now, as we as older people, our hangovers last like 2-3 days.
Yeah.
Days.
And that's 3 days off of work.
Imagine what it's like being
Right.
hungry.
The little 12-hour ability goes away at like 24, 25. It's
No. And then when you're 140, like Steve, I mean, geez, you got it's like a hangover.
I feel like you
It
get
takes
past
me
a
months
certain
to
point,
recover.
you probably just like it kind of loops back around, and you might get that like if you're 140, you probably figure something out to the point where you can have a hangover. And
Yeah.
Put it this way, the last time I drank was at the record theater when I saw you guys, and I'm still feeling it.
Glad we could provide that.
Yeah.
How many weeks ago was it? It's like 3 weeks ago.
And here's
drank
another
so
little
much.
tidbit. Here's another little tidbit, just because I thought it was funny. You know, when you see a band up on stage, you can't really judge like how big or tall a person is. Well, I'm talking to Mikey, and I'm thinking to myself, "Damn, Mikey's tall as shit, man." And then he walks over later on in the night, and he introduces me to Liam, and I'm like, "I'm standing between two damn globetrotters here, man. What the hell is going on?"
And originally, I was the shortest one in the band. Like, our old drummer and bassist, they were like taller than Mike. Jesus.
Yeah, they are.
I don't know if the boots that you were wearing that night helped you out, but it made you even. I'm like, literally, I'm looking up at two pillars, talking to both of these guys, like, "Hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing?" I'm like, what the shit?
Reverse AC/DC.
Yeah.
All actuality, Will, you're not really the tallest person in the room most of the time.
It's just. I'm just saying. You know, it's
Yeah,
like
just
when you
saying.
see somebody on stage,
Right.
it looks a certain way, and then when you see him down in the crowd later, I wasn't expecting either one.
That's
of them
what a
to be as
lot
tall
of the
as they were.
girls who wind up talking to us, they're like, "Oh, okay." They see us off the stage, they're like, "Oh, all right, yeah, no
They
thanks."
walk away. Yeah, when you put the instruments down, girls tend to exit.
They're
the
like, "Yeah,
building.
no, we're like, oh, we must be talking to the wrong people.
Yeah,
We're good."
Where are the roadies? Where's the band at?
Yeah. Kidding.
That's
You
just
think
wrong.
any girls come to our shows? I don't know.
I could see. Actually, I think you might be in for a little treat because the N3 crowd might just surprise you a little bit.
Yeah, they might.
Always in for a pleasant surprise.
And understand this: we are a merch buying family like crazy, but at the end of the day, women buy the merch. They buy it all, every
True, and
single time.
actually, we actually got our shit together enough to put together a merch table at the Wrecker, and it killed.
They did.
Nice.
And,
Exactly.
We will have the product.
Yeah.
Gotta have merch.
We're
It's
I
stay up
also
on your
just
merch
want to
game.
say
new one soon, but
that, you know, I'm really glad that more people are pushing to put together, and even like the biggest events you see now. Like, I'm not a fan of when every band on a bill sounds the same. Like, I get tired of that after a while. And I've been at some of those shows where it's like, oh, 3 hard rock bands. It's like, all right, cool. I mean, I love hard rock as much as anyone else, but you're just, after a while, you get bored. So, you know, I love, you know, and that's something I think that we honestly have tried to do ourselves, putting bills together. You know, we love playing with all different sounds and all that. And, you know, like the Soul Shine tour we did originally
Mhm.
was
The Groove on the
excellent
Move.
with that.
Groove on the
Yeah,
Move.
Groove on the Move. That was like, I honestly thought it was going to be a bunch of bands that sounded similar to us, but it was not that at all. I mean, it was
Yeah.
all different.
Got some reggae,
Yeah.
some
Yeah.
funk.
That's the way you got to do it. I mean,
folk music.
if you
Well, you
if
appeal to you
put-
appeal to more people that way too. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, you, not everybody. Like, I would probably risk to say that everybody's here in this thing right now have vast musical influences. We listen to
Vast.
a lot of different genres and a lot of different things, but not everybody's like that. So, you know, you've got the geared metalhead that's coming into the show, just wants to just hear the hard stuff.
and then maybe his girlfriend or his wife or somebody is into the more melodic stuff. So you're giving, more chances and opportunities for people to come as groups and have a good time, because it's not all a metal fest. It's not all a singer-songwriter thing. You know what I mean? And Kruiser's setting up that way. You guys doing that from the get already shows you how smart you are about what you're doing. Truthfully.
You've got to. You've got to have. I say a show is kind of like a buffet. I might be in the mood for chicken, but somebody else wants steak. Somebody else wants crab legs. Okay. And if it only served chicken, them 3 people ain't going to come.
Right.
So you want to get them 3 people to come to your establishment too. So I'm going to give you hard rock. I'm going to give you maybe an acoustic set that's kind of electric acoustic. I'm going to give you an 80s sounding band. And then I'm going to give you a
Jared Petty.
I did that with one of my shows and it worked out well. People would come for this, and then they may stay a little bit, then they might leave. Then these guys come in, then them guys, so it was a constant in and out all day. Some people stayed all day. But if you only put one certain type of music, you're only going to get this many people. You want everybody to be exposed. And that person is coming for maybe this band. They might accidentally stay for 1 or 2 songs and start to dig the next band that they thought they weren't going to dig.
Yeah, that's true.
Something that I'm interested in is like everything now is so specific. I mean,
boom,
just so specific. Like it's because people, like Spotify and things like that categorize everything to like the specifics. Like it'll be okay, it's pop, indie pop, alt rock, alt metal, alt indie pop. But like I think something that I want to do, and I think even on our next album that we kind of did, to a pretty good extent, is just like, if you're gonna categorize us, we're rock, whatever. But that's why I'm like, people have always asked us, oh, what's your genre? I just like rock, because we try and
rock,
like you guys. We all listen to all different stuff, and we know, we like, without calling out anyone's names, but Mikey and I, we went to school with this one fella, nice fella, great kid. He's a good kid. Anyway, he's like, I got 5 different bands.
If you're not calling his name out, you don't really have to be nice about him. This fucking dick I went to school with.
He's a huge fan. But
okay.
He was like, I got 5 different projects. And I don't know if this is accurate. Like, I got a pop punk one, a grunge one, a death metal one, something. And I'm thinking, brother in Christ, why don't you just combine all those things and make up a unique sound instead of being specific to everything?
Right.
Well, I think that also comes back to like how we were saying earlier, that we're lucky that we were all friends. We just had a thing, because it is hard to put a band together if you don't have like.
That's also true.
Group like that, like I can imagine it'd be pretty difficult to do that, and I have no idea. Luckily, so
yeah. I mean, seriously, Mikey and I, we've been doing this would be our 7th year coming up in May, and I mean, when we were younger, we were, that was the whole gimmick that people saw us as, is like, we were like teenagers playing rock music. And, we had Mikey's dad booked all our shows. And I think in the past couple of years, I realized, I know I did, I'm sure Mikey has too, that like, that luck isn't always going to last. So, really trying to shift into like, okay, if I want to accomplish something, get something done right, let's take it into our own hands. Be like, yo, Charlie, can you help us out and do this? Oh, Mikey, you do this, and I'll hit up these people. And I think it's really worked well.
We've been extremely fortunate with the people we've met along the way. Folks that, have heard our music, and, we're able to connect with them on more levels than one, not just the music. And people have been so generous to us, helping get where we are now. And it's really, it is really something special. The stars, kind of have to align, and
they have to.
We're very grateful for everyone's support, and thank everyone here for putting together this show coming up. We're super excited. Can't wait to meet Mr. Gray.
Excited to meet you, dude.
Yeah. Likewise.
Everybody but that guy in the back.
I don't know.
Wow.
Always picking on the little guy, right?
It's easy when you can throw him.
See the abuse? Hey.
Wow. I see why you're sitting.
Then you wonder why
behind
you
him.
steal my drum set.
Yeah. Just picture somebody. Fuck you, motherfucker.
Okay.
Remember what you said earlier?
Oh, Kenny's a beast on the drum, dude. You may. You're so good. I was
Well,
impressed.
Oh, look, the cat joined.
Oh my God.
Sweet.
I hope none of you guys are allergic to cats.
I'm gonna.
Yes.
Nice
This
pussy.
cat's name. I'm not making
Hey.
so.
His name is Stove.
What's the name of the
I got-
mascot? Come on.
I got one that looks just like him. I didn't want him, but I got him.
Oh, come on. Stop acting like tough guy with a cat without. Do you hate cat? Dude, get out of here.
Listen, I didn't
Be
say. I
nice.
never said I hated cats. What I
Right.
said to my beautiful wife was, "No cats. We're not going to have any cats."
No cat. How
And then
far
she
did
said-
that get you?
And then we sat down and we had a conversation, and I came home
She
with
had
two
a
cats.
conversation to convince you that you wanted cats.
But from no
I said no
Don't
cats. I
even-
came home with two,
Right.
dude.
So you just should have not
Next time
even
you
had
just
that
say okay.
conversation.
Next time, what?
Next time you just say okay. So there's only one.
Right.
Do you know me?
But you know what?
you
You're
know
learning
me?
still. You've come a long way since I first met you. So you're doing well. You're doing
I wake
well.
up with a cat on me every single day. I can't tell if he loves me or he loves my heat.
Both.
So,
All right. Is there anything else you want to get out there, Will, Mr. Gray, Cruiser? Anything else you want to say? StreamYard usually limits me to 2 hours. So anything else you want to get out there?
Looking forward to seeing everybody.
Hell
That's
yeah.
it. I mean,
Yeah,
like I
likewise.
said it a thousand times. You guys up there in Maryland are really,
Yeah.
y'all are my family.
Yeah, show
I
much
mean-
love.
Thank you, brother.
Way better than
Same with you
Nashville.
guys, man. We always do. Even though I got set up on the Mr. Gray shirt by the woman in the grocery store.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
Does he have time for that story?
Hey, I mean, when
Oh,
we
that's
come
awesome.
down to your guys' area, let's definitely link up, hang out, maybe come to our
Yeah,
show.
dude.
Absolutely.
And
Looking
Absolutely.
forward to that.
I,
Yeah, they'll be down there
I
in
just
April.
want to say to everybody, and
nice.
that definitely follow us on Instagram. That's where you keep and follow any band you like. To anybody listening, follow them on any social media. Seriously,
Yeah.
or just
Everything.
share their posts. I mean, even if one person because that one person could be a person like Will who's helping us out, and you never know who's watching. Just so, but yeah, we're gonna be all across the East Coast and hopefully more parts of the country this year. And like I said, we're working on an album. We don't have a title or release date yet, but it's coming. And
Oh, we have a title.
yeah, but we're not saying it yet.
That's
Yeah, we have the title, and also want to thank our friend Scott, who's been this guy has just been really helping us. I mean, we were in a pretty bad situation with our album, and he basically picked us up off the ground and just was like, "Hey, I got it." And he really just has been taking us to the next level because we didn't realize how shitty we sounded in the studio. To be honest, we were really rough because we don't have a ton of experience, and Aiden has never been in a studio before this, and he's killing it. Everyone's killing it. And yeah, Chuck, you got anything to say?
That's it. Thanks for putting this together.
Yeah, thank you guys, and we look forward to meeting all you.
It's gonna be fun, I think.
Yeah, it's gonna be
It's going to be a blast.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna have fun right after my set. Woo woo!
Come on, man. The second
Believe me, Kenny's going to have fun right after his set. I don't know that anybody around him's going to be having
And I'm
any
gonna
fun.
give away a lot of
Kenny's
stickers.
stickers.
I'll have a lot of stickers.
I love that guy. He was so funny. He's so funny. You're going to love
All right,
hanging out
look.
with Kenny.
I know this is getting close. I'm watching the timer up there. So let me say this.
Okay.
The pre-gathering, May 5th, Fishhead Cantina, from noon to 4. You're getting 86 Bullets, you're getting Mr. Gray, and you're getting Kruiser. It's the start to your M3 weekend. You can come in, see 3 bands for $20. You can leave there, go to the M pre-party, pay another $30 to see 6 more bands. You do the math. $50 for the whole day. You go to 2 sets of shows. You see 9 bands. That's
9 bands.
That's
pretty
pretty
good
good.
for a festival right there. I
9 kick-ass bands. Too.
Yes.
It's like Mike said. It's M3 shifted their thing this year. There was no longer a Friday date. So between us and Dave, we've created the 3rd day that M3 didn't want to have anymore. So we'll take it.
There you go.
And
That's cool.
and again, it's the show. It's the beginning of M3 weekend, and the documentary is also going to be there. We'll be there taking footage and shooting band footage and shooting fan footage for this year-long process of just strictly footage that we set ourselves up and said, okay, we're going to take a whole year and do nothing but footage, and we'll sort it out later. You know what I mean? We didn't want to do anything quickly, and we literally put that on ourselves. Said, okay, let's give ourselves a year to film everything. So it's going to be a cool process. But again, come on out and support live music, man, and especially local live regional music. Our region isn't a tri-state. Our region stretches from New York to Florida and outward. You know what I mean? Hence,
Yep,
Mr.
agreed.
Gray coming up from Nashville. It's like we support it all, man. Your scene is wherever you are in that moment. Just keep that in mind. It's not really where you're from or who you're with. It's wherever you're at in that moment. If I'm in New Jersey seeing a band that I like to see, well, then my scene is New Jersey. If I'm in California seeing a band that I'm going to like to see, then my scene is California. The more people get back to thinking of the scene as one collective whole, the better off we're all going to be by it, man.
Yeah. Very good.
I
like it.
Words of wisdom right there, y'all.
I'm
Sweet.
trying. But
Thank you guys. I can't wait to play May 6th.
you check.
Looking forward to it. It's going to be great.
6.
No, seriously, guys, it's this has been a lot of fun and getting to know you guys a little bit more. I've had the opportunity to talk to Mr. Gray a couple times, and they've all been great. Getting to know you guys from Kruiser, it's been very nice too. So, thank you very much, and Mike, thank you for having us.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it.
We'll be back.
To this
Thank
guy,
you, guys.
there are no
Seriously. You'll be
words
back.
to be as thankful as I am towards him. So, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Aw,
Was there a hug there?
I was gonna say.
Where's the hug?
He's gonna give me a sticker. I get a sticker out of that one.
I gave him the old reach around.
Nice.
I seen.
I see y'all.
Thank you, guys. And remember, everybody, stay hydrated. Get 8 hours of sleep every night.
Okay, sure.
It's very unrock.
I don't know what else.
That's
That's
not.
all I got.
No, hydrated. That's.
What's that?
And by hydration, you mean alcohol?
There you go. Miller Lite.
Remember to,
That's close enough to water anyway.
tell your mom you love her.
That's right. Stay hydrated. Miller
Barley
Lite.
sodas.
Yeah.
All right.
All
Well,
right,
thank
guys.
you everybody for being here. And
Thanks, Mike.
Y'all will be back. Let me know when. Reach out and let me know when the new records are coming out from each of you. Get you back on. Push them. I get some of y'all's links up in the group tomorrow so that people can find you. And easier than going to look for you. I usually try to make it boom, one click, go here. But it was a pleasure having all you on. I mean, I knew this was going to be fun. Thank you, Will, for wanting to do this.
Thank you,
And,
brother, for having me back.
This show is going to be kick-ass May 5th.
Woo!
It's going to be a good time. Fishhead Cantina, be in the Baltimore area, and get to Fishhead Cantina on May 5th. Cinco de Mayo with some kick-ass music.
Yeah, it's gonna be
There you
fun.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Y'all have a great weekend, and stay safe out there.
Yes, sir.
Stay safe. Have
easy.
fun.
Well done, y'all.
Peace.
Love y'all.
See you guys.
Later.
See you.
All right. Get to Fishhead Cantina, May 5th. Check them all out. I mean, they had fun here. They were loose. You wait till you see these guys. I've had the opportunity to see Mr. Gray. I've had the opportunity to see 86 Bullets. Both bands are tight. Have not seen Kruiser yet. I've seen some video. They seem like they're going to fit just perfect. So go see this event and then go to Dave Dillman's event. I'm going to reach out to Dave Dillman, and we are going to try and get him on the show. He's a very busy guy. So I'm going to try to get him and some of his bands on so that you guys know that May 5th, it's a place to be. Go to both events. Have a great time. See some kick-ass music. Support local music. And just, let these bands continue to do what they do. Create music for us to love. Right. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Checking out on a Saturday afternoon. This was so much fun. I'm going to have to get with Will, and we're going to have to do this every now and then, many, many, many more times. But thank you, Mr. Gray. Thank you, Kruiser. Thank you, Will. Thank you, 86 Bullets. Y'all have fun out there. And everybody go check out their pages. I'll put links up in the group tomorrow so that it'll be a little easier for you to get there and check them out. But next week, I don't think I have a show. We'll see. I'll put links up for that. But go enjoy your Saturday. Thank you for spending a little bit of your time with us. We appreciate it. All right. Have a good evening.